This video is a brief tour of our course for managing your money, which is COLL 103. This is a 5-week course. When you first log in, you'll come to the landing page, which shows you the name of the course, my name, how to reach me by email or email me within Canvas. You can call me or text me anytime, or leave voicemail if you need to. My office hours are online, and I also am online by appointment. To get started, click on Start Here Course Welcome. And by clicking through this, the first few days, because we started in the middle of the week, you'll have till Sunday night to read the first modules and do the first couple of assignments, which are to introduce yourself and a discussion. So be sure you read this thoroughly. It is not just like the person's other class that you're taking online. Some of it is, but a lot of it is not. So read through all of the modules to get acquainted with the course. It shouldn't take you too long. You can also get to modules over on the left navigation bar. And this will show you all of them. So this week you should be doing all of the Start Here, which is to learn about the course, what materials you need, which I'm not requiring a textbook. I have gone to using the Visa free personal financial information. So I think that's going to be helpful for you and save you the $75 for the book. You'll also do the 2 assignments. One of them is an introduction discussion, due August 21st, and everything's due at 11:55 p.m. It's worth 15 points, and then the syllabus discussion. And with all discussions, you have to do your initial post earlier and on a different day than you do your replies to other people in the class, to other students. Okay, then it's broken into lessons. Some weeks we have 1 and some weeks we have 2 because we're a 5-week course. So the first thing you'll be doing is the art of budgeting and setting goals. So when you click on the page, gives you important information, a good overview, some of that you may see on quizzes about the course, which course objectives pertain to this, and which lesson objectives pertain to it. So you want to read through there so that you kind of have an idea of what you're going to be studying. Then it shows you the required learning activities. And again, we don't have a book, but we have some short articles that you need to click on and read. You may also want to take some notes on those articles, as you'll be using some of that information for discussion and for activities, and also you'll see them on your quizzes. For each chapter, I also have an instructor video. If it's more than 10 minutes, then there may be 2 videos that give you good information about the concepts for that week. So be sure that you do watch those videos. As I said, each week you'll have a discussion, you'll have activities, and you'll have a quiz. So when you click Next, you'll start discussion 1. Be sure to read in the discussion box everything that you're supposed to do. The first one has a lot more information in it than the rest of them, and then you will post to the discussion. Be sure that you're thorough in your discussions. These are worth 25 points, so it's important that you really work diligently in getting your point across, being thorough. And then here's your activity. For each one, you'll have an activity to download. And you may have a worksheet to download. Be sure to read all the instructions. There are rubrics, which tells you how you will be graded for both activities and for the discussions. And then finally, the quiz. Quizzes, have some multiple choice and have some true false on them, and they also have a few essay questions on them. So you'll get some feedback from the true false and the multiple choice very quickly, and the other you'll get feedback within usually 48 hours, but at least within 1 week from that due date. And then that will take you to the next lesson. So in the second week, you have 2 lessons, lesson 2 and lesson 3. So you'll look at lesson 2 first. Be sure to read all the articles and watch all the videos. You'll start with a discussion that will be due on Thursday night, and then from Friday to Sunday, your response to another learner is due. And then you'll have activity 2. And so there's not too much in 1 week. You'll go on to lesson 3, but you will not have a quiz until after lesson 3. And you will not have another discussion in lesson 3. So you'll do an activity for lesson 3, and then you'll do a quiz for lessons 2 and 3. And it's worth 50 points. Notice the quizzes are timed. If it's for one lesson, it's 30 minutes. If it's for 2 lessons, it's 45 minutes. At the end of the semester, you will have a final reflection paper. So it's a good idea to start a journal now and write a little bit each week, a couple of paragraphs about what you learned in those lessons for that week, so that at the end of the semester, all you'll need to do is clean it up, put it in proper format, and the final reflection paper will not be a big deal of having to go back and remember everything from those chapters. So I recommend that you start doing a journal of what you learned each week, and keep that as an ongoing project for the semester, and that'll certainly make it easier at the end. And then you have a final exam that will be multiple choice, true, false, and essay. On the side in your navigation bar, each week I will give you an announcement. Every Monday I will remind you of what's due that week. You can get to assignments quickly through here, although I recommend that you go through the module first. So go to the assignment only if you had to stop, and then you need to pick up later at another date and you know exactly which assignment you were working on. Discussions, be sure you know how to find your grades, and you'll learn that in this first week. Other students in the class are under people. Your syllabus, you should refer to it often. It is the final authority on due dates. Quizzes, collaborations, conferences. If you would like to meet with me online, I'm more than happy to do that and can make appointments pretty quickly. So just request an appointment and we can meet in the conferences. And finally, student help. On discussions, there is a help forum. So if you have a question that is not about your grades or something personal, then you should ask that on the help forum, because most of the time others will have the same question. So this is kind of how we get our frequently asked questions on this help forum. So please try to remember to ask your questions on the help forum, and I'll answer them, and everyone will get the benefit of that question. End of this video on the course.